Okay, so one of my New Year's resolutions is to get going on this channel again, bringing you a lot more news and things like that, just trying to keep things up to date and people informed the kind of the stupidity of Hollywood. And let me just say, so far I have failed this because this is my first video of the channel this year. And here we are. DC came out with a story that I could not pass up. So here's an article that I do respect the opinions of this writer because they actually have a lot of decent points. So this is Batman News. You can see at the top left there. So the article Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, #4 review by Thursa Campagna. I probably butchered your name. I'm sorry. Please give me a pronunciation guide and hopefully I can get it right. No guarantees. Anyway, so here's the cover for the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, #4. And he begins with, ah, you know what I miss? The feeling that when I pick a comic, I might get a good story. Instead, I'm reading Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, a book that continues to struggle to meet the lowest of my expectations. The good news is that the issue isn't nearly as confusing as the last one. Cut in there, I don't know the last one anything about it, so yeah, my condolences with it. We only focus on one Joker and one location, so it's much easier to follow. The bad news is that this is very much a filler issue. Nothing new that about the mystery of the story is revealed. The characters do not develop. The book is spent instead on watching various episodes unfold as the Joker tries to escape a hospital to avoid the cops. So, yeah, the Joker's comedy, which don't really care. Got a Red Hood story in here. The one that make is extra offensive on every level of humanity. It's called the Acid Trip Backup. So pick it up here. The more interesting thing to talk about when it comes to this comic is not the main story, though. It's the backup. This is probably the worst story I have ever read in my time of reviewing for Batman News. And that's saying a lot. Once again, we find ourselves in homage to old time comics. We find Joker in a dream sequence at the mercy of yet another female superhero he's become enamored with, Zatanna. You're really going to bring Zatanna in now and ruin her with this story? I don't I don't really get to running gag here. The Joker has never been defined as someone obsessed with chasing after women. However, that's not what makes the comic insane. I always saw the Joker that he's been always enamored with, well, Batman. Just kind of because he always jokes kind of a relationship, and he just takes advantage of Harley, and it's supposed to be a toxic relationship between the two. So I agree with the author's point here. Joker wakes up from his dream and finds that he's pregnant. To repeat, and repeat in here, the Joker wakes up in the morning and discovers that he's pregnant. And a lot of people, when they first saw this, thought it was a joke. Here's a panel. Well, what have we here? I think you're pregnant. I think you're right. Do we have a good OBGYN we use? Ugh. Sadly, this is not one of those edited panels at all. So the Joker goes to the hospital and prepares to give birth. Then he winds up throwing up a mud monster instead. A violent gun-filled chase commences, but then it's discovered that the mud creature is morphed into a child-sized version of the Joker. The Joker accepts this thing as his son and shows him off to Santana, taunting her over the family she could have had with him. Ugh. I feel like I need to block this out. I'll have to age restrict this video. Ugh. So, yeah, like, what do I do with it? Okay, this is like showing you other pictures. But yeah, between these, like, what do I say to this? It's disgusting. What are the writers of this comic book on? let's go to the cover again. Let's see. So, okay, I don't know any of these four people. Rosenberg, Di Galmendcio, Francilia. Yeah, I don't know. Fajardo Jr. Yeah, why? What are these? This is disgusting and extremely offensive to both the readers of fans of the Joker, to women, to men. This is just disgusting. And my question is, who is this for? Okay, think about it from a marketing standpoint. Who is the target audience for this story? Because I don't know a single person alive who I would think would enjoy this story. The only thing I can think of is that the comic book writers wrote this for themselves and their own disgusting fetishes. I just wanted, I thought this story was just so gross. I had to make people aware for it. It got me out of my fun to start doing things on the channel again. So thank you for DC for making something so gross that I had to talk about it. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and see you all next time. Goodbye.